So I'm standing near a coal seam in Wilder, Tennessee, a town which was intended to support the coal mine that opened up in 1902. Now it's named after John Thomas Wilder, who was actually a Union Army officer during the Civil War. Now under his command, the Army unit was actually known as the Lightning Brigade because they traveled long distances by horse quickly to the next battle position, only to then dismount and fight on foot from there. Now, John Wilder held the title of mayor of Chattanooga, Tennessee in 1871, and he actually owned the coal company that made this town famous. The town of Wilder flourished until the 1930s with thousands living in this area, but soon after, it lost all traction due to actually the murder of a Union leader that took place nearby. Now, while the miners had pretty much abandoned the area by the 1960s, it's said that these coal-rich forests still contain tens of millions of tons of good coal. I'm David Rives, and today we're talking about coal mining operations and a fascinating yet dangerous discovery that coal miners often faced underground. They're called kettle bottoms. Now, for centuries, coal miners worked deep below the earth, carving tunnels in the rock to extract coal, one of the most important natural resources. This coal, formed from ancient plant matter, has provided heat and energy for generations. But the job of a coal miner was and is incredibly dangerous. Not just from the hard labor, but from the hidden threats within the rock itself. Guys, we are in an abandoned coal mine right now. You can look in the ceiling and actually where some of it is recently collapsed, but it is pretty high quality coal all in the ceiling of this mine. And you can see the timbers that they use to brace everything up. You can see how some of the timbers have now fallen down, which means we don't want to go too far because not all of this is stable. But it's so amazing to think that less than 100 years ago, people were working furiously in here, extracting coal and a vital resource for America. Now, as miners dug deeper, they occasionally encountered something unusual and deadly, a feature known as a kettle bottom. Now, kettle bottoms are fossilized tree stumps, the remains of ancient trees that were buried in muddy sediment. The processes between the flood and today compressed plant material into coal, but the tree trunks themselves, well, they fossilized as well. These fossilized trees could be lurking in the ceiling of a mine tunnel just like this. Now, at first glance, miners might not even realize what they were dealing with. But if they accidentally dug into a kettle bottom, it could spell disaster. You see, when the miners unknowingly struck one of these fossilized trees, the tree or even the entire ceiling could just give way. Unlike the surrounding coal and rock, these ancient stumps were often unstable, and they were shaped like a kettle, meaning that the tree trunk could easily just break free, falling from the roof of the mine. Now, sadly, this led to many injuries and even deaths. It's incredible to think that these dangers came from fossilized trees that once towered over the landscape. And while coal miners were dealing with these deadly reminders of the past, they were also surrounded by evidence of life that existed before. Fossilized plants, trees, and even impressions of leaves in the coal itself. These fossilized trees, along with the coal around them, are a reminder of a world now gone. And yet we see these preserved ecosystems and we can trace them back to the time just prior to the Great Flood recorded in the book of Genesis, when these plants were buried quickly and catastrophically. And once again, we see evidence that the Earth's history is not just about random, slow processes, but it actually points to the amazing events that we read about in Scripture. All right, so we're on our way up, and already you can see the almost the lamination or layering It's sedimentation, but it's mineral-rich sedimentation. So there's a leaf, still organic, buried in between multiple layers of mineral and material. So this is basically, over the course of even months sometimes, multiple layers of stratification, which is quite rapid. Coal miners face tremendous challenges in their work, including these dangerous kettle bottoms. But each of these fossilized trees, well, they're a testament to the life that once flourished on this earth, a world designed with purpose and later transformed by the flood. I'm David Rives. Truly, the heavens declare the glory of God.